I think it's safe to say that 2019 has been a bit of a mixed year. There have been some absolutely fantastic games, including The Outer Worlds and Greedfall, but nothing has really stood out to me like last year, when you had such games as Kingdom Come Deliverance, Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption 2. But I still had a lot of fun playing video games this year, and if I was to give the award for the game that I played most this year, it would go to Kingdom Come Deliverance. And yes, I know that this game didn't come out in 2019, but Kingdom Come Deliverance has been my go-to game for the last almost 2 years. And why not mention the games that I played the most of in a certain year? Although, if I was to go for that logic, Fallout New Vegas would probably be my game of the year every year. Primarily on Sexy Biscuit, I cover RPGs. I love a good role-playing game, and this year, quite a few amazing games have come out. Let's look at Greedfall. Now, I did a couple of videos on this game. I quite enjoyed myself. The combat was fun and the game looked incredible. I also liked the dialogue and choices with different characters, but something that seems to be a running trend this year is the open world itself. Greedfall was cut into segments, and that leads me to the Outer Worlds. I didn't get as much enjoyment exploring as I would have with something like Fallout New Vegas or even Skyrim. My favourite thing about a role-playing game is that exploration aspect, and I think that's what Outward did incredibly well. Outward is a fantastic RPG, and I ended up going back to it last night before making this video, and I had a lot of fun. They don't tell you how to make certain things or craft certain things, you have to kind of realise that yourself, and that's what I really enjoyed about my time with Outward, was finding different foods and then mixing them together to make all these interesting meals. And I know that probably isn't the most important part of Outward, but it's something that I really enjoyed. Plus, the combat was hard as nails, and I absolutely suck at it, but I still had quite a lot of fun. I'm going to say it now, The Outer Worlds was possibly my biggest disappointment. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the dialogue system in The Outer Worlds. I think that the amount of dialogue you can have with NPCs is fantastic, but the world didn't feel alive. One of my biggest things about RPGs is exploration and meeting different and wacky people. That's why I love the Fallout series, and that's why I love games such as Skyrim. But if a character isn't named, you can't interact with them at all. In the open world, you have a couple of paths which lead to a group of enemies, which then leads to another group of enemies, and there's no NPCs in the open world itself, and honestly, I felt quite disappointed by that. But do I recommend The Outer Worlds? Yes, I really do recommend that game. I think it's one of the best games of this year. It just didn't hold a candle to something like Fallout New Vegas for me. One thing that I've noticed with video games over the last couple of years is the fact that they're a lot more story focused, they're a lot more serious. And when I think about a video game, I want to have fun. I want the ability to have fun and be a little bit silly, and that's why when I play something like Kingdom Come Deliverance, I play it up quite a lot. You've got the Bailiff of Biscuit Town, you've got people like that who I can kind of mess around with, and I can kind of create these little stories around. And I think the definition of a silly and fun video game is my game of the year. And I've got to admit, when I was thinking over my most enjoyed games of this year, Untitled Goose Game was not going to be my game of the year, but it is. Untitled Goose Game is not only incredibly charming, it's also ridiculously stupid, and I bloody love it. I haven't laughed this much at a game in years. And when a game can make me almost cry with laughter, it's done something right. Untitled Goose Game is stupid, yes. It's silly, yes. But it's also the most colourful and most fun time I've had with a video game in years. The fact you can run around in a small English village as a douche-canoe goose is absolutely amazing, and I would recommend this game 1,000 times. I think that's what I needed this year. I needed something that was going to make me smile and have a good laugh, and I think the Goose Game did that perfectly. I want to run through a list of the other games that I played this year that I really enjoyed. Tetris 99, amazing, silly game, but incredibly good, and also incredibly addictive. I never thought I'd be this addicted to a Tetris game, but there you go. A Plague Tale Innocence was a beautiful game made by the same developers that made Toy Story 3 on the Xbox 360, and honestly, I bloody love that game. But yes, Plague Tale Innocence was a great RPG, and I highly recommend it. Anno 1800 was the first Anno game I've ever played, and I lost countless nights to that game. So yes, well done, Anno. And that's 2019, one of the most years in gaming. What's your favourite game? Comment down below and tell me. Happy New Year to everyone watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic New Year's and New Year's Day. Please make 2020 the best year of your life, and also remember to make a resolution this year. Personally, I'm going to stop eating as much as I do, because I eat way too much food and drink way too many energy drinks. But from me, Baby Bo, Boris, Barbara, and of course the brilliant Tom Selleck, screw you Tom Selleck, have a fantastic New Year.